New Zealand, land of the long white cloud, Aotearoa to the Maori people. Sheer cliffs plunging into the ocean, volcanoes, glaciers, and sheep. But forget the postcards. I'm here for the real deal. The food, the wine, the culture. One steaming bowl of mussels, one glass of Sauvignon Blanc, one Maori haka at a time. Forget your preconceptions about road trip food. New Zealand's culinary scene is on fire. Lamb that melts in your mouth, seafood straight from the ocean, and produced so fresh it sings. And the wine? From Marlborough's Sauvignon Blancs to Central Otago's Pinot Noir, New Zealand wines are world-renowned. But it's not just about the food and drink. It's about the people, the stories, the culture. So we've got the wheels, the appetite, and the open road ahead. Let the adventure begin. Auckland, city of sails, built on a volcanic field surrounded by water. First stop, the Auckland Domain, the city's oldest park. From the top of Mount Eden, you can see the whole city sprawled out. The Sky Tower pierces the sky, sailboats dot the harbor. It's breathtaking, time to eat. We hit up a local market, grab some green-lipped mussels, and find a spot by the water. The mussels are plump and juicy, bursting with flavor. Washed down with a cold beer, it's the perfect start. Next, we wander through the Auckland Art Gallery, a labyrinth of modern and contemporary art. Powerful Maori portraits stare back at us, full of history and defiance. But the open road beckons. Time to hit the gas. Driving south, the landscape changes. Rolling green hills give way to geothermal wonders. Rotorua, sulfur hangs heavy in the air. Geysers erupt, mud pools bubble. We visit Te Puia, a geothermal park and Maori cultural center. A Maori elder demonstrates the haka, a powerful display of strength and pride. Later we feast on a hangi, a traditional Maori meal cooked underground. Tender meat, sweet potatoes, and smoky vegetables. We spend the night in Rotorua, soaking in a natural hot spring. But the road calls. Tomorrow we head south, deeper into the heart of the North Island. Southbound, through rolling hills and hidden taverns. The road south from Rotorua winds through rolling hills, dotted with sheep and cattle. We make a pit stop at a roadside tavern. Inside, it's dark and cozy, with the smell of beer and wood smoke. Locals gather around the bar, sharing stories. We order beers and chat with farmers about life in the country. The sun sets, painting the sky in hues of orange, pink, and purple. We pull over to watch the spectacle. As darkness falls, we arrive in Tarangi, a small town famous for its trout fishing. Tomorrow, we continue our journey south. Wellington, the Windy City. Beneath the bluster is a city bursting with character. First things first, coffee. Wellington takes its caffeine seriously. We find a hole-in-the-wall joint. The barista pulls a mean flat white. Fueled up, we hit the streets, a labyrinth of alleyways and hidden courtyards. Street art pops from unexpected corners. We wander through the Botanic Garden, a green oasis perched on a hillside overlooking the city. Later, we stumble upon a quirky museum dedicated to the history of cable cars. Wellington embraces its eccentricities. But tonight, we're after something different. We're on a mission to find the perfect bowl of ramen. No trip to Wellington is complete without a visit to Te Papa Tongariro Museum of New Zealand. Te Papa. It's more than just a museum. It's a living, breathing testament to the spirit of this country. The Maori treasures are particularly moving. Intricately carved meeting houses, weapons, and adornments. Te Papa also celebrates the present, with contemporary art installations and interactive exhibits. We find ourselves drawn into a room filled with the sounds of native birdsong, transporting us to the heart of the New Zealand bush. We leave Te Papa feeling both humbled and exhilarated. Wellington has a way of getting under your skin, but the road calls. Tomorrow, we're off to explore the wine country. Marlborough, where vines meet volcanoes. A short drive from Wellington through rolling hills lies Marlborough, renowned for its boutique wineries and stunning scenery. Marlborough is known for its Pinot Noir, We spend the afternoon hopping between cellar doors, sampling award-winning wines. The vineyards are a sight to behold, with rows of vines stretching as far as the eye can see. As the sun sets, casting a golden glow over the vineyards, we find ourselves reluctant to leave, but we have a ferry to catch in the morning. The South Island awaits. Ferry to the mainland, Nelson and the nectar of the gods. The ferry ride across the Cook Strait is an experience in itself. The wind whips at our faces as we stand on deck. As we approach the South Island, the sea calms, and a sense of tranquility descends. Towering mountains rise up from the sea. We disembark in Picton, a charming seaside town. From here, we'll wind our way south to Nelson. Nelson is a haven for artists and artisans, drawn to the region's natural beauty and laid-back vibe. Galleries and studios line the streets, showcasing everything from traditional Maori carvings to contemporary sculptures. But we're here for the wine. Nelson is home to some of the oldest vineyards in New Zealand. We spend the afternoon indulging in wine tastings, savoring the complex flavors and aromas of each vintage. Abel Tasman, where turquoise waters meet golden sands. From Nelson, we head north to Abel Tasman National Park, a paradise of turquoise waters, golden sands, and lush native forests. We opt for a sea kayaking trip, gliding through crystal-clear waters past secluded coves and forested islands. We stop for a picnic lunch on a deserted beach. The water is so clear we can see fish darting between the rocks. Later, we hike through the forest, emerging at the top of a cliff with breathtaking views of the coastline. As the sun sets, we make our way back to our campsite, our bodies tired, but our spirits soaring. Queenstown, the adventure capital of New Zealand. Nestled on the shores of Lake Wakatipu, surrounded by towering mountains, Queenstown is a magnet for thrill seekers. We arrive in town just as the sun is setting, casting a golden glow over the Remarkable's mountain range. Queenstown is a town that embraces its reputation for pushing boundaries. Bungee jumping, whitewater rafting, skydiving, if it gets your heart racing, you can find it here. But Queenstown isn't just about adrenaline rushes. It's also a place of stunning natural beauty. We take a gondola ride up Bob's Peak for breathtaking views of the town, the lake, and the surrounding mountains. No trip to Queenstown is complete without a visit to Fergburger, a local institution. We join the queue which snakes down the street. The air is thick with the smell of grilling meat, onions, and cheese. We order the works: double patties, bacon, cheese, pineapple, beetroot, the lot, and find a spot by the lake to dig in. The first bite is a revelation. The meat is juicy and flavorful, the bun soft and fresh, the toppings perfectly balanced. Fueled by our burger feast, we hit the streets, eager to experience Queenstown's legendary nightlife. But tomorrow, we're off on another adventure. We're heading deep into Fiordland National Park, a land of towering mountains, cascading waterfalls, and mirror-like fjords. The road to Fiordland National Park is a journey in itself. Winding through ancient rainforests, past glacier-carved valleys and towering waterfalls, it's a constant reminder of the raw power of nature. The air grows heavy with moisture, the scent of damp earth and pine needles filling our nostrils. We're entering a realm of giants, where mountains pierce the sky and waterfalls cascade for hundreds of feet. This is a landscape that has remained largely unchanged for millennia, a testament to the enduring force of the natural world. As we drive, the clouds begin to gather, shrouding the mountain peaks in a mystical mist. It only adds to the sense of awe and wonder. This is a place that demands respect, a place where you can feel the presence of something ancient and powerful. We stop at every lookout point, eager to capture the beauty of this place with our cameras. But no photograph can truly do it justice. Fiordland is a place that needs to be experienced firsthand, a place that will stay with you long after you've left. We continue our drive, the road winding ever upwards, until we reach our destination, Milford Sound. Milford Sound, Described by Rudyard Kipling as the eighth wonder of the world. Towering cliffs rise up, plunging into the dark water. Waterfalls cascade from dizzying heights. The air is thick with refreshing mist. We board a small cruise boat. The sheer scale becomes apparent. Seals bask on the rocks. Dolphins leap in the boat's wake. A rare fjordland-crested penguin perches on a rock. The sky darkens, and rain begins to fall. The waterfalls flow stronger, mist rising to meet the clouds. Reflections on nature's majesty. We stand on the deck, mesmerized by the scene unfolding before us. The rain has stopped, but the clouds still cling to the mountain peaks, creating an ethereal atmosphere. The setting sun casts a golden glow over the water, illuminating the cliffs. We're surrounded by beauty, by a power and majesty that is both humbling and exhilarating. In this moment, all our worries seem to melt away. We are small, insignificant creatures in the face of such grandeur. As the boat turns back towards shore, we take one last look at Milford Sound. We know that we will never forget this place, that it will stay with us long after we have left. A journey for the senses. 10 days, 2 islands, countless memories. New Zealand, you were a feast for the senses. From the moment I stepped off the plane, the smell of salt air and the sight of those impossibly green hills told me I was in for something special. This wasn't just another trip. This was a deep dive into the heart and soul of a country. We're talking about those fat, green-lipped mussels, devoured by the harbor in Auckland, the juice running down my chin, the smoky aroma of a hangy feast in Rotorua, the earth itself lending its flavor to the food. And those lamb chops in Wellington, forget about it. Each bite told a story, each sip of Sauvignon Blanc a revelation. But it wasn't just the food. It was the landscapes that unfolded like scenes from a dream. The turquoise waters of Abel Tasman, the towering majesty of Milford Sound. Nature's power on full display, reminding you that some things are bigger than yourself. And the people? Warm, welcoming, quick with a smile and a yarn. From the Maori elders sharing their traditions to the winemakers pouring their heart and soul into every bottle, New Zealand, you welcomed me with open arms. The spirit of Aotearoa. New Zealand, you're more than just a pretty face. You've got a spirit, a soul. Aotearoa, the Maori call it, land of the long white cloud. And that cloud hangs heavy with stories. Stories of ancient traditions, of pioneers and adventurers, of a land forged by volcanoes and shaped by glaciers. You can feel it when you stand on the edge of the world at Milford Sound, the wind whipping through your hair. You can taste it in the wine, the earth itself speaking through the grapes. It's in the rhythm of the haka, the fierce pride of the Maori people echoing through the generations. This isn't a place you conquer, it's a place you surrender to. A place that gets under your skin, that stays with you long after you've left. It's the realization that sometimes the most incredible journeys are the ones that take you inward, that force you to confront your own limits and embrace the unknown. New Zealand, you're a reminder that adventure is out there, waiting to be discovered. But you're also a reminder that sometimes the most profound journeys are the ones that take us back to ourselves. Go get lost. Your turn awaits. So what are you waiting for? This isn't a trip for the faint of heart, kids. This is about embracing the unknown, about saying yes to adventure. Rent that camper van, book that flight, throw caution to the wind. Get lost in the wilds of Fjordland. Get your adrenaline pumping in Queenstown. Lose yourself in the vineyards of Marlborough. Taste the world in a bowl of green-lipped mussels. Feel the earth tremble beneath your feet during a haka performance. New Zealand isn't just a destination, it's a state of mind. It's about slowing down, about appreciating the simple things. It's about disconnecting from the noise of everyday life and reconnecting with yourself, with nature, with the things that truly matter. It's about finding your own adventure, your own rhythm, your own slice of paradise. This is my New Zealand. Now go find yours.